I've tried to include that into my compass so you can see the difference. Look at this. Tao tao, to tung, to tahan. Look at the tongue, it's different. Tao tao, to tahan, tao tao, do dek. The tongue changes, and so I put this tool together so you can program your tongue through all of the symbols in it. And finally, the last one that we have in the compass are the lips. Apps don't teach you language. You teach your language. It frustrates the heck out of me when I look out there in the market and I see so many language learning apps, but most of them have been designed by people who've probably never learned another language to fluency in their life, let alone languages, if they're Western languages, say from Asia, that are so different. They try and fit everything into the same mold. Apps should be a tool that you can use to dig into the language and you learn from it. Don't expect an app to teach you. I don't know anybody who's ever developed fluency, whatever that is, through just an app. So in saying that, I've been busy building tools that actually I use to help me learn languages. And this tool I'm going to show you today, I've built for you for free to learn not only the Thai consonants and the Thai writing system, but actually any Indic script. And there are more and more added by the day. Now, you've heard me over the years talk about how the Thai writing system is this amazing thing. It's built on a GPS for the mouth. Let me just click onto Thai here. Okay, so you can see here, this is a 5x5 matrix of the mouth here. And actually, let me click back to Devanagari. Devanagari is the Indic script that we use to write Hindi today. Often you'll see Sanskrit, but it gives us a good demonstration of this. This is the map of the human mouth. So here's the mouth here, and it's built into guttural, or the back of the throat. So if I click on there, you can actually see the back of the throat. It's built on the next GPS point of your mouth is the palate. And look at that. And so this guttural is the back of your throat. Ga, ka, ga, ga, no. So if you look across the top here, we can see this original Indic matrix. It's got stopped throat, and you can see the throat stop there. That means that the air stops. Let me ask you to do this for a second. Just try and cough. Now try and breathe and then cough. Can you feel your throat close there? That's this thing here. That's your glottis. Now, maybe physiologically it doesn't look like that, but this is my symbolic representation of it stopping the air. And so have a look at the difference here. The air's flowing up, and then ka, the air flows out through the mouth. So ga, ka. Now this translates across to Thai the same. So we have ga,
gai, kho, kai.
Kho, kai. Now in this tool that I've built, if you want the sounds, you can just have it there by default. Otherwise, you can just click on this speaker symbol here and it will turn the sound off for you. Later, we might turn it on again. So to demonstrate this, let me just jump back to the Sanskrit. So we have stopped throat, open throat, ka, where the air can flow out. Then we switch the voice on. G, g. G. Now this is why we say we don't have a G in Thai, by the way. If you look at Ko Kai, here's Ko Kai here. There's no voice there. It's just the tongue clicking without any air. Whereas if we have a look here in, say, Sanskrit or the older sound system, you have the voice activated. That's what these circles mean. I designed it like this so subconsciously you'll be triggered to activate your voice when you see this. So G, G, which Thai doesn't have. So what happened between the old system and modern Thai is Thai lost its voicing. Have a look at this. This is Thai. Now I've designed this so you can actually click between scripts and see the transition. So that's the Sanskrit, that's the Thai. That's the Sanskrit, that's the Thai. And so if we move on to here, we go in the Sanskrit, then we have voiced and aspirated. So that's G. It's like a G with a big puff of air through it. But again, in Thai, the voicing was lost, which meant that these all just stay the same. And the last one that we have here is this nga. Now have a look at here. The tongue's back here, the throat's open, the voice is activated, and rather than this air coming out just through your mouth, have a look at that. I've routed this arrow to flow through the nose. So if I click on this versus this, look at that. The airflow changes. Airflow through the nose, which is nasal, airflow through the mouth, which is your g. So if I take this to Thai, we have ngongu through the nose, kho, ngo. Let me do kho kwai. Kho, ngo, kho, ngo. So all this top row are from the back of your throat through these mouth actions. And so in the original system in Sanskrit there, we have our palatal, which comes from, you guessed it, the palate. So we move it forward. And so that's ja, cha, nya. Again, we have the nasal version, we have the aspirated version, we have the voiced version in Sanskrit, but by the time you got to Thai, that voicing got lost and they all just turned into aspirates here. And then finally we have originally nyo, but in modern time yaw ying, it's yaw, and again that shoots out the nose. Now originally in Sanskrit, if you've ever heard the Indians talking like this, that's because the tongue is rolled to the mouth, and this actually kind of looks like the tongue rolling up to the top of the mouth, and I've done the tongue like this, and the first one of course with the throat stopped. So ta, ta. Now, what happened in Thai is that Thais didn't have these sounds and they couldn't pronounce that. So all these da, ta, da, da, na in Sanskrit, well, they wanted to keep the spelling, but they said, look, we don't have those sounds. And so they all just turned to the dental versions of it. So you can see there's the teeth in Thai, retroflex in Sanskrit. Teeth in Thai, retroflex in Sanskrit. So the reason why when I click this back, the tongue went up here, that's because if you do a to, so this is to tao in Thai, it's of course on the teeth, but the do in Thai, do dek, which maps to the same square, is actually pronounced from a different part in the mouth. Now, this is why I put the compass together. So many people learn Thai and they don't learn the correct pronunciation or actually what your tongue's doing for these sounds. So a do, when you say do dek in Thai, it actually came from where you pronounce an N, and it's just got a stopped throat. And so I'm showing here, your voice is activated, throat stopped, and your tongue is up here. So this is do. Guttural, back of the throat. We have the palate. We have the rolled tongue on the roof of the mouth. Then we have the teeth, dental. Da, ta, da, ta, na. So there you have the nasal version of it routed through your nose versus the normal dental aspirated ta, ta. Now you'll see again, this in Thai, if I click over to Thai, look at the tongue. The tongue raises up here because to tahan is pronounced from here. So you'll hear Indians say thi with their tongue on their teeth. Thais will say to from their tongue back here. And so I've tried to include that into my compass so you can see the difference. Look at this. To tao, to tung, to tahan. Look at the tongue. It's different. To tao, to tahan, to tao. Dodek. The tongue changes, and so I put this tool together so you can program your tongue through all of the symbols in it. And finally, the last one that we have in the compass are the lips. So we can see here in the original Devanagari, we've got the lips here, and so the lips come together and the same one. So pa, pa, throat on, ba, or voice on, ba, voice and aspiration, ma. Let's click it to Thai. One thing different in Thai is we have bobai mai. And so have a look at this bobai mai. It actually has a stopped throat. It's not like a B in English. So we can see the B in Sanskrit actually came from this position here. So look at that. That's b, and the throat's wide open for a b in Sanskrit. But if I look at this in Thai, that actual letter has lost its voicing, and the B came from a different place. It came from bobai mai. It was actually a stopped throat M. So this is bo, and this is bo. And then we have paw, 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 maw. So this 5 by 5 matrix is a GPS of the mouth. And just like we have guttural, palatal, cerebral, dental, labial, we have those for the semivowels too. So have a look at this.
ยอยักษ์
And then we have รอเรือ
รอเรือ
So notice, again, we're following this same GPS of the mouth. ลอลิง
ลอลิง
And then we have วอแหวน
วอแหวน
So
ยอยักษ์ รอเรือ ลอลิง วอแหวน
and these images, I hope, will lock you into it. And then we have the SE sounds. We call those sibilants. So originally, there were 3 different SE sounds. We had sh, which is the normal palate. We had sh with the tongue rolled back. And we had s, which is a S as we know it in English, which is more forward there on the teeth. When we bring this into Thai, however, they all turn into this, s, because there were never any of these sh. Of course, Thai is not an Indic language. It's a Thai language. They just use the Indic script to write the sounds of Thai. So because those sounds didn't exist, these all became like an S.
สอสลา สอฤาษีสอเสือ
So the sounds are the same, but the shapes are different. The reason the shapes are different is so they can be faithful when writing the original Sanskrit words, which sometimes can make up to 65% of a, say, sentence or a body of text that you're reading. There is so much Pali and Sanskrit in Thai, and the original words from Pali are usually transliterated 1-to-1 to the letters in the Thai alphabet. Not like Lao, where they just write them phonetically now. And then lastly, we just have this H base.
หอหีบ
Haw heap, and we have the throat base. And we can see here, or ang. It's the mascot for the throat, and I've got the throat closed here. Anything with an or ang, it's starting from the throat. That's why in Thai, when you write a vowel by itself, you just clip it onto the throat or the or ang here. And then we have this lo jula,
ลอจุลา
which is an extra, and that maps to the original Devanagari ra. So this is kind of like a retroflex L, which by the time it gets to Thai, it just turns to a normal L. So this is the original Devanagari, but this is how it's pronounced in Thai. Just the same as La Ling, the normal L that we have in Thai. So there you go, a whirlwind tour of the Thai consonant system, which is beautifully simple. Now we have consonant classes in Thai. If you have a look here, Devanagari doesn't have it. When I click onto Thai, you'll see consonant classes come up here. And so we have the high. And so I've put into here to show you actually what the consonant classes are. So let me just pull it up here. I'm going to hit high, mid, and low. So when you look at the Thai letters in this system, all of the classes make sense. The high class were originally all of these aspirated ones. The mid class were originally all the stop throat ones, and then the low class were originally all of the voiced ones in Sanskrit. And the reason they put into classes like that is because depending what the throat's doing, it's going to change the tone. Now, tone isn't just pitch. Pitch is just a byproduct of what your throat's doing. And so through learning these, you can actually learn to train your throat along with these and looking at the pictures there. So you get your throat working, ngongu, and you can see which is that. That is a low class. See, ngongu comes into these ones here, and you can actually read this. I put the message there. As you're learning, you don't want to see these messages all the time, so I put this so you can toggle it back up. And sometimes as you're drilling yourself, you're not going to want to see all of these. You want to save screen space.
งองู
This is the mobile version, and you can see here, and if I want to get more information, it pushes all of it down there, which is great when you're learning all of the information about each consonant. But as you're drilling yourself, you're going to want to have more space, and I actually put it here so you can hide this as well, so you can get more information on your mobile screen. So there are your classes. I'll just close this up. High, mid, low. You can see them light up there on your mobile. So this works on both mobile and desktop, and it's all here at tools.crackinglanguage.com. Now, one other feature that I put in this, as I'm learning to write, I want to be able to write. And so have a look at this. I'll just get my pen now, and I put this function in here. So if you click up top, so I can write Gokai. And I can practice writing there. I've got a couple of pen options for you. So that's more like a brush. So you can clear it out there if you're writing Chinese, say. So, you can get kind of more a strokey effect rather than if I write like this. Okay, this is more of a pen effect. And so you can do that. You can delete things out just like any other writing app. And so if I'm sitting there and I'm learning Gokai, so I'm going to sit down and I'll write up Gokai as I'm looking at it on the screen. And then you can click this and it will save it for you. Bang. And it's actually saved. I'm on my computer here, so it saved it to my computer. But if you're on a mobile, it will actually save your writing practice to images on your phone. So you can go back and see what you'd just been learning. And you can go back and forth. So as you're learning and you scroll down and you write another one. So I'm seeing that. Tortung. I come back out. That's still there. So I can just bang and practice writing a tortung then. And down. Going in. And then you can go back and check. Was it right? Yes, it was. So I mentioned I'm going to, if possible, keep this free forever, the Indic Consonant Compass. If you do want to learn the whole script and the Thai language, we'll get a copy of Cracking Thai Fundamentals, both the book and the online program. And I'm going to be substituting some of this old content out with the new stuff that I'm building. So you can click there. If you don't want to see that as you're learning, you can just toggle it up, by the way, and it gives you some more space there. But as you can see here, I'm building a whole ton of different tools. This one here, you can write in Thai, type in Thai, speak into your phone. So here, I'm just going to write Tani Gamlang Pim Pasa Thai Nakrap. And so if I have a look down here now, actually, let me change the screen size. So this is back to more like a normal screen. I can bump the font up here. And then if I want spaces, bang, those spaces are down here. And again, I can put the display font up. And you can see the spaces have automatically been put in there now. And it's built word lists. If you want to see in different fonts, check this out. I've actually put it here and you can change. So if you want to see, say, a modern font without the loops, bang, you can check it out and compare them here in this tool and you've got word list there. So that's another tool that I'm building for you so you can learn. But today we're here for the Indic Compass and you can see I've started to add, like I've got Khom Thai in there and I've got Lana Thai in there you can look at as well. And if I click here, you can see all the other scripts that I actually have ready and I'll be piping into this. So you can learn Lao, you can learn Khmer, Balinese, Tibetan. They're all going to be in here and you can use the same principles to learn. So I hope that this is useful for you. I hope that if you're learning Thai, if you're learning any language that uses one of these Indic scripts, you'll be able to come and make use of this and it will really help you. This is a tool to learn language, not just going to sit there and teach you language. You use it to learn, to dig into the language. And my 4-year-old daughter was having a play with it last night and by the end of it, she could write her name in Thai by going between the letters that she knew were Thai. We would say Jorjan and she would click through until she heard the sound Jorjan, learn the letter. She would click down here and she'd practice writing it and then go and keep learning the letters of her name. And by about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, she had learned all the Thai letters to her name. That's how you learn a language. It's a treasure hunt. It's an exploration. And I've built a tool to help you do that. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. If you haven't got a copy of the book, Cracking Thai Fundamentals, or the online program, get both. You can get them right here. Actually, if you click in here, Tools at Cracking Thai Fundamentals, you can actually click here. It'll take you to the order form. That will help support me so I can continue to build these tools out that will help you learn language. I'm Stuart J. Raj. I'll see you on the other side.